about
Day 2 of the Lindsay
when
Clancy
you
trial.
were leaving
Husband
the
back
home
on the
the
stand,
night of
continuing
January
direct. Let's listen.
24th, 2023. Your observations of Lindsay and the children. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And you had testified that you observed Dawson on the couch eating, I believe you said chicken nuggets and green beans. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you recall, if you're facing the couch, where he was on the couch?
If I were facing the couch, he'd be to the right.
To the right, okay. And showing you a photograph of the living room where there are some bowls on the couch. Is that a fair and accurate depiction of how the couch looked that night?
Yeah.
We could have this photo marked as the next exhibit.
All right. Any objection? That may be admitted.
Now, as you're getting ready to leave the house to head out to get the takeout, did Lindsay say anything to you?
Nothing specific that I can recall, just other than maybe goodbye.
Do you recall something about discussing something about CVS with her?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did she say about CVS?
She wanted me to pick up some stool softener for Cora.
And she hadn't mentioned that earlier in the text, correct?
Yeah, I don't think so.
So as you're leaving, she asked you to make a second or another stop while you're out. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And in response to that request, did you ask her to do something?
I don't remember.
I could show you page 77, lines 23 and 24, if you could just read those to yourself.
Yeah, I told her to text it to me, which she did.
I'm sorry, so that refresh your memory and
Yep.
asked her to text it to you?
Yep.
And did she do so?
She did.
And was that at approximately 5:15 p.m. that she texted PDLX?
Sounds correct.
So your two stops then that night were going to be CVS and the 3V restaurant, correct?
Yes.
Where did you go first?
CVS.
And do you remember the route that you took to get there?
Yeah, I went out our driveway, took a right on Winter Street, and then took a left on the main road and went to CVS.
So it's a pretty direct route from your house to CVS?
Yeah.
Just going to have you look at the screen, if you would, to a map. And coming into this red dot here, is that the approximate location of your home at 47 Summer Street?
Yeah.
And then looking at this pink dot here next to Big Y, is that where the CVS is located?
Yes.
And that's the CVS you went to that night?
Yes.
About how long did it take you to get there?
3 minutes.
And when you got to CVS, did you go inside?
Yes.
And what section did you go to in CVS?
I think it was pediatrics.
If we could pull up the CVS video. I'm going to ask you to look at the video here. Is that you entering the store?
Yeah.
Okay. And that section you head to on the right, is that the pediatric medication section?
Yeah.
Okay. And while you're in that section, looking for the medication, do you do something?
I called Lindsay
And why did you call Lindsay?
because what we were looking for wasn't there. The shelves were pretty empty. It was still during COVID.
It was, I'm sorry, what?
It was during COVID, so
Okay, so, and was that call at about approximately 5:33 PM?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, did she answer the call?
Yes.
She answered when you called her?
Actually, I think she didn't at first. She called back.
Okay. And did you receive a call back from her about a minute later at 5:34 PM?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And can you describe that phone call for us?
It was very brief. I just said, I think there was a generic brand, and I said, "Is this one okay?" And she said, "Yeah, that's fine."
And what was her demeanor during the call?
She's pretty quiet. It sounded like she was busy. I remember hanging up thinking she's probably in the middle of giving baths or something like that.
So it sounded to you like she was in the middle of something?
Yeah.
Were you able to understand her when she spoke to you?
Yeah.
And did she seem to understand what you were saying?
Yes.
And she didn't seem to have any trouble recalling why you were at CVS or what you were looking for?
That's correct.
And did you, in fact, purchase some Pedialyte at CVS?
Yes.
Did you purchase anything else while you were there?
I bought a pack of Skittles.
Just showing you a receipt here from CVS. Does this appear to be an accurate description of what was purchased?
Yeah.
We could have the CVS receipt marked as the next exhibit, please.
All right. That may be admitted.
26. And then if we could have the original CVS video marked as an exhibit and the CVS timeline, a condensed version marked as the following exhibit.
27 and 28.
We have the original mark is 27, and the timeline is 28, please. It's 26, 27, and 28 is the mark.
All right. Thank you.
After you had made your purchases at CVS, where did you go next?
To 3V.
And do you remember the route you took to get there?
Yeah, I think I got on Route 3 South for just one exit, and then I got off and went straight to 3V.
And showing you the map again here on the screen. This green dot here on the bottom, is that where 3V restaurant is located?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I'd move to submit a copy, a digital copy of the map. We have it on the computer. I can make a hard copy.
That may be admitted.
We can use empty case as a marker. Is it 29?
All right. Thank you.
If we could pull up the 3V video, please. Now, sir, how long approximately did it take you to get from CVS to 3V?
Probably around 10 minutes.
And when you got to the 3V restaurant, did you go inside?
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask you to watch the video on screen. At 5:54:15 p.m., is that you coming in behind that other couple there?
Yeah.
And what are you doing at that point when you're looking at the bags?
I think I was looking for the bag with my name on it.
Do you recall what you're doing on your phone at that time?
I don't. It could be work related. It could be anything.
And the order that was listed under your name and phone number, correct?
I think Lindsay ordered it.
Right, but do you recall whose name it was under when you picked it up?
I don't recall specifically, but it could have been mine.
Show you a receipt here from 3B Restaurant for Mediterranean Powerball and scallop and pork belly risotto. You could just look at the name and the number on the receipt.
Yeah, that's my name and my number.
So that's your phone number?
Yeah.
Okay. So although the defendant called in the order, your name and phone number were given and were given accurately, is that correct?
Correct.
Just wanted to welcome everybody from around the world that is watching the live stream with me. So this is the trial against Lindsay Clancy.
When you arrived home, where did you park?
In the driveway.
What type of car did you drive then?
A Chevy Silverado.
And was that a white pickup truck?
Yeah.
What kind of car did Lindsay drive then?
It was a Kia SUV.
And once you parked there, were both vehicles now in the driveway?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you a series of photographs of the exterior of your home. You could just look through them and tell me if they accurately reflect how your home looked on January 24th, 2023. 32. Is this the front of your house with the main door?
Yes.
That's what we're seeing here.
This is the back of the house and the window where Lindsay jumped out.
And Exhibit 38. Is that a more direct view of that back of the house?
Yeah.
And so the window you referenced about Lindsay, is it this upper right top window?
Yeah.
When you got home and you parked your truck, how did you get into the home?
I went in through that side door.
The door that was to the left of the garage?
Yeah.
And what did you do once you got inside the home?
I started taking my boots off.
And did you have some bags with you from CVS and 3V?
Yeah.
Where did you place those?
On the kitchen island.
When you came into the house and you were taking off your boots and putting things down, was there anything you noticed?
Yeah, the house is really quiet.
Is that unusual?
Yeah.
And when you realized it was really quiet, what did you do?
I called out
And who did you call out to?
everyone.
Did anyone answer?
No.
After you called out and no one answered, what did you do next?
I think I don't know the order, but I called down in the basement and no one answered. And then I called Lindsay to see if she was home because I looked out and I couldn't see her car, but it's because it was dark and her car's black.
Okay, so when you say you called down to the basement, when you approached the basement door, do you remember if it was open or shut?
It was shut.
So did you open it and yell down?
Yeah,
And there was no response?
correct.
And showing you a photo here, is that a fair and accurate depiction of the stairway down to the basement level?
Yeah.
We could have this marked as the next exhibit, please.
That may be admitted.
Exhibit 41. Do you recall when you opened the door to yell down whether the light was on or off?
Yeah, it was on, but Lindsay always left the light on.
And you said you called Lindsay. Was that a phone call?
Yeah.
And was that at approximately 6:09 p.m.?
Yeah.
And did she answer?
No.
After calling down the stairs to the basement, did you leave the door open or did you close it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I would think I closed it because I always try to keep it closed. I'm not sure.
Okay. And so after you called Lindsay and didn't get a response, what did you do next?
I started checking upstairs.
And where did you check upstairs?
First, the bathroom. I thought maybe they were taking baths, but there's no one there.
And then where did you go?
The kids' bedrooms.
Was there anyone in the kids' bedrooms?
No.
And then did you go to your bedroom?
Yeah.
And were you able to get into your bedroom right away?
No, the door was locked, and that's when I knew something was wrong.
And when you realized the door was locked, did you have a way to unlock it?
Yeah, the previous owners, when they installed the doorknobs, had these like these little keys that they taped to the back of each door. So I got the one from Cora's room, and I started unlocking the knob.
And when you unlocked the door to your bedroom, did you go in?
Yeah.
And what did you see when you opened the door and went in?
I just saw blood everywhere, and the window is open.
And showing you here a photo, is this the bed in your bedroom?
Yeah.
Now, the way the bed is in this photo, kind of pulled away from the wall and slightly askew or at an angle, is that the way it was typically?
No.
And when you left the bedroom that day for the last time prior to coming home later that night, was the bed in that position?
I don't think so.
You could have this photo marked as the next
That may be admitted.
Exhibit 42. And you said you saw the window, is that correct?
Yeah.
Was it open?
Yeah, there was wind blowing in.
Showing you a photo here. Is that a fair and accurate depiction of how the window looked?
Yeah.
Mark this the next exhibit, please.
That may be admitted.
Exhibit 43. Did you walk into the room and over to the window?
No.
How far into the room did you get?
Probably 1 or 2 steps, and then I immediately turned around and went outside.
And the blood that you saw, where was that located in the room?
It was everywhere. It was, it looked like it was sprayed almost with like a hose. And there was a huge puddle in the middle of the room, and it was sprayed all over pretty much every surface. I remember it was on the doorknob.
Okay. Showing you 3 photos. Do you recognize what's depicted there? And is that a fair and accurate depiction of how the room looked on January 24th, 2023?
Yeah.
We could have these photos marked as the next 3 exhibits.
It may be admitted.
So showing you what's been marked exhibit 44. Is this the entrance to the room, looking into the room?
Yeah.
And then exhibit 45, is this mirror to the right of that bureau we were just looking at?
Yep.
And this area right here, is this the blood you were referring to?
Yeah, that's some of the blood.
And then in exhibit 46, is that getting closer to the window?
Yeah.
And is that more of the blood that you were talking about?
Yeah.
Going back to exhibit 42. There's no blood on the walls or on the bedding, correct?
On those walls and the bedding, correct.
Sir, were you aware that the defendant's phone was found on the bed in the bedroom that night?
No.
They're showing you this phone with this light brown case. Do you recognize this?
Yes,
Whose phone is it?
that was Lindsay's phone.
And is this the phone that she was consistently using between September of 2022 and, well, actually August of 2022 throughout the fall and into January of 2023?
Yeah.
You could have this marked as an exhibit, please.
That may be admitted.
47. Sir, after making those observations in the bedroom, what did you do next?
I ran downstairs and went outside.
And do you recall whether you came around, whether you went out the front door or the back door?
I went out the back door.
So that would be the sliders, is that right?
Yeah.
And where did you go from there?
I just looked around in the backyard below that window and I saw Lindsay.
And where did you see her?
She was face up in the backyard
And where in the backyard was she?
at the bottom of the window.
And so, looking at exhibit 38, you said this was the window, correct, at the top right?
Correct.
Where was she in relation to that window?
Directly below it.
So down here by the window well?
Yeah.
For the record, I was pointing right below the bottom right window by the window well. I'll show you a photo of that window you were referring to. Is this the exterior view of that window to your bedroom that night?
Yeah.
We could have this marked as an exhibit, please.
That may be admitted.
Exhibit 48. I'm showing you exhibit 48. So the window's open, correct?
Yes.
And the screen for the window is up, correct?
Yeah.
At any point in time that night or afterwards, did you notice that the screen was cut or broken in any way?
I didn't notice that, no.
And when you saw Lindsay on the ground there under the window, which direction was her body facing?
Her head was closer to the house. Her feet were away from the house.
And did you go to her?
Yeah.
And did you observe any injuries?
Yes.
And what did you see?
She had deep cuts on her wrists, and she had a red line across her neck. I wasn't sure what it was at first, but she cut her neck.
And do you recall that these wounds weren't actively bleeding at the time?
I later learned that I said that on the 911 call.
And when you observed these wounds, is it correct that the 911 operator asked you or instructed you to apply pressure if needed?
I don't recall the whole call, but I believe that's probably true.
Okay. And you didn't at the time feel the need to apply pressure to any of those wounds, correct?
Correct.
Did you say anything to Lindsay when you found her in that state?
Yeah, I said, what happened?
And what was her response?
She said, I tried to kill myself.
Did you ask her anything else?
I said, where are the kids?
And what was her response?
She said, they're in the basement.
And at that time, she didn't tell you that they needed help or they were in danger or they were injured, correct?
Correct.
And so you mentioned talking to someone on 911. At what point did you call 911?
I don't know the exact time, but it took a few minutes because my phone was switching between Wi-Fi and 911. So I almost just started calling out for the neighbors, but eventually it went through.
Okay. So you had some difficulty connecting, but eventually you connected to the 911 operator?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you stay on the phone with them while they were sending people to respond?
Yeah.
Okay. While you're on the phone with 911, are they asking you questions and you're responding with information about her condition?
Yeah.
And if you could just look at the screen here, is this the model of the first floor of your home?
Yes.
And so we have here the sliding glass doors. Where would the basement door be in this model?
Directly below the stairs.
So now that it's flipped around, is this the door to the basement right here?
Yeah.
For the record, that's the door across from the downstairs bathroom.
Yeah.
And then, how long approximately, and I know you weren't looking at your watch or anything like that, but can you estimate for us how long it took for first responders to arrive?
4 or 5 minutes.
Okay. And during that time, are you continuing to try to talk to Lindsay?
Yeah.
Is she responding?
She was in and out of consciousness.
Okay. Was she breathing on her own?
I believe so.
Okay. And you're communicating information to the 911 operators, and are they giving you, advice on how to deal with the situation as it progresses?
Yeah.
Okay. Once emergency personnel arrive, what do?
I immediately got up and ran to the basement.
Okay. And do you still have the phone on you? You're still on the 911 call?
Yeah, I didn't realize it at the time, but I did.
Okay. And have you look at this model here on the screen. Is this a fair and accurate depiction of the setup of your basement?
Yeah.
Okay. If you can just describe the rooms for us, what the purpose of each room was.
So the room in the back left was my office. The room with the black rubber mat is the gym. And then there's the living room to the right of that. And then the back right is just an area of the living room. And then there's a bathroom next to that.
So when you come down those stairs that night, which direction did you go?
I immediately went left.
And when you went left, what did you see?
I saw Cora.
And how did she look?
She had a band around her neck.
And was that an exercise band?
Yeah.
And do you recall whether she was, what position she was in, whether face up or face down?
She's face down.
And when you saw her in that condition, what did you do?
I immediately ran over and tried to take the band off.
Were you able to get the band off?
Yeah.
And do you recall how you got the band off?
I think I untied it.
And when you say untied it, was it in a knot that you had to, put everything down and unknot it, or how was it tied?
I'm not sure I fully remember.
Do you recall describing it previously as when you initially tie your shoes but then don't do the bow?
Yeah, that sounds right.
And was she responsive?
No,
And what did you see or do next?
I saw Callan.
And where was he?
He was next to her.
And how did he appear?
He had a band around his neck.
Sorry?
He had a band around his neck.
And did you remove that as well?
Yeah,
And do you recall what position he was in?
same as Cora.
And looking at the model here, if you could just tell us, where was Cora?
The left of the couch.
So would that be this area here that I'm pointing to in between the bureau and the couch?
Yeah,
And where was Callan?
to her left.
So would that be more over here towards the chair and the bureau?
Yeah.
After you removed the band from Callan's neck, what did you do next?
I tried to find Dawson.
And where did you go?
I looked in the bathroom and on the other side of the couch. And then I went to the other side of the basement and he was in my office.
And when you saw Dawson, what condition was he in?
I knew he was gone.
And did he also have a band around his neck?
Yeah.
And did you remove that band?
Yeah.
And looking at the office here, where was he located within the office?
Just to the left of the door when you went in.
Just in this area here, right inside the door?
Yeah.
So we may approach briefly.
Yeah, please.
Absolutely horrific testimony coming from ex-husband Patrick Clancy that discovered the bodies of his 3 small children after Lindsay had strangled them with exercise bands. They went to a sidebar quickly. They must be required to go up to the seal of the great Commonwealth of Massachusetts and not show her during the sidebars, which is, I think, the reason why that camera moved.
Dawson
Let's listen.
and taking off the band, what happened next?
I think I was back and forth. I think I went to try to help Cora.
Did you try to give her CPR?
Yeah.
At some point in time, do the first responders make their way down to the basement?
Yeah.
And do they take over care of the children?
Yeah.
Where do you go?
They sent me upstairs.
Okay. And at this point, Your Honor, I'd move to submit the 911 call as the next exhibit.
It'll be interesting to see if he stays in
Allowed,
court because
pursuant to
some of the attorneys were arguing to let him step outside in the hallway during the playing of this 911 call.
Cora, Dawson, and Callan removed from the home and taken to a hospital.
Yeah.
Was that Beth Israel Deaconess in Plymouth?
Yeah.
Did you also go to that location?
Yeah.
And at the hospital, were you able to see your children?
Yeah.
And was Callan then transported to Children's Hospital?
Yeah.
Did anyone ever tell you not to leave your kids alone with Lindsay?
No.
In January of 2023, did Lindsay ever tell you that she wanted to harm your children?
No.
Did she ever tell you she was going to kill your children?
No.
Did you receive, a few days after this happened, did you receive a phone call from the defendant while she was at Brigham and Women's Hospital?
I think it was like a week or so after, yeah.
And what did the defendant say at that time about what had happened with the children?
She didn't talk about our kids. She talked about what she went through.
And what did she say about what she went through?
She said she heard a man's voice telling her that if she didn't do it now, she would lose her chance or something like that.
And did she also tell you that she had had a moment of psychosis?
I don't recall.
Did she mention the children at all during that call?
I don't think so. I mean, not directly.
Had she ever mentioned psychosis to you before?
No, I didn't know what psychosis was until after this happened.
Did she ever tell you she was hearing a man's voice before?
No.
If I may have a moment, Your Honor.
Sure.
I have no further questions for this witness.
All
I
right.
just have exhibits
All right.
after.
Counsel, can I see just briefly, sidebar? Sir, you can be excused, subject to recall at a later point today. Thank you, sir.
Subject to recall for a later point today. So does that mean that they are going to do the cross-examination after a break? That's interesting.
All right. Commonwealth?
Your Honor, at this point, I would move to submit some evidence. First,
He didn't even know what psychosis was until she brought it up to him. I'm sure he had to look it up. And he reports that she never mentioned any voices in her head before. So this is all really important for the state's case in chief,
during the night of January 24th, 2023.
claiming that she knew what she was doing, that she wasn't momentarily insane at the time of the crime. And that's what's on trial here.
First, the pajama pants.
Defense knew that these exhibits were going to be presented in court during Patrick Clancy's testimony, and the defense was pushing for
Pajama shirt.
these articles of clothing, these exhibits, to be shown when he wasn't present in the courtroom.
And then the pink robe. We could have these marked as one exhibit.
They may be admitted. Thank you.
And then Dawson's clothing. We have dinosaur underwear for the record. And a gray t-shirt or shirt, long sleeve shirt.
Lindsay Clancy holding the hand of her defense attorney, appearing to break down at the defense table during
Exhibit, please.
during this moment where prosecutors are very powerful in reminding the jury about the victims and their young ages and what they were wearing.
And then Helen's pajamas.
Very effective way to show just how little these children were.
As the next exhibit, please.
That may be admitted.
Yellow exercise band found with Dawson. Can I have this as the next exhibit, please?
That may be admitted.
Black exercise band found with Cora. Could I have this as the next exhibit, please?
That may,
And then the blue exercise band found with Callan. We could have this as the next exhibit, please.
that may be admitted.
Your Honor, we would ask that the 911 call be played.
All right. All right. Members of the jury, I just kind of wanted to give you, sometimes in a trial, evidence that is introduced that produces in jurors an emotional response. For example, it's understandable to feel sympathy and empathy when you hear or see certain evidence. And so, but as jurors who have taken an oath to follow the law, I'm instructing you that the law says you must separate any emotional reaction on your part from the informational value and weight of the evidence. You must not be influenced in any way by the unpleasant nature of some of the evidence, including testimony, including exhibits. And so you must find the facts in this case based only on the evidence. And so you can't find facts or base your decision on sympathy, anger, passion, or prejudice or pity for or against either side. Rather, your verdict must be based solely on the evidence that is introduced in this case and my instructions and any other limiting instructions. And I'll go into that, but I just kind of wanted to remind you of that as we go through this. All right, at this point, we're going to play the exhibit, which is, I believe, the 911 call. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I want to remind everyone that there is a order entered by the court regarding this matter. It's not to be recorded. It's not to be broadcast. And it's not to be reproduced in any way, subject to any sanctions that would go along with the violation of that court order. So I just kind of remind everybody that order applies to the media and applies to the public. So I just kind of wanted to remind everybody in regards to that. So with that, Commonwealth.
So if you're just joining us right now, what they're doing is playing the 911 call in court. There is a court order where they cannot broadcast it. So instead of turning off the cameras, what they're doing is just keeping it on this defendant. Lindsay Clancy as the 911 call is played in open court. And this is the call by Patrick Clancy after he was rendering aid, after discovering his wife walking through the house, discovering the blood, looking out the window, and then finding her after she had jumped from the second-story window of their home. She is that jump landed her paralyzed, partially paralyzed, and so she was talking to him, and he was asking her where the children are. He was trying to call 911. It was very chaotic. He couldn't get a call out. He was going to yell to the neighbors. Then his call finally makes it through. He asks her, where are the children? She says, in the basement. And then he's on the call. He's on the phone with 911 with the dispatcher when he walks through the house, goes down to the basement, and discovers the children. And he discovers them with the exercise bands in those tiny clothing that was just shown to this jury, which was another very powerful moment because prosecutors are able to show, again, just the size of the children and just how small they are and innocent through the articles of clothing that they were wearing, remembering the victim, which is so important. And then after that, after you have a mindset and an image of some small children in the house, then she brings out the exercise bands, which were used to kill them. And they each had a different exercise band around them. And so this is the corresponding 911 call with Patrick Clancy. So he has finished this portion of his direct testimony. He's subject for recall with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts because remember, right now, they're just in the innocence guilt phase presentation of getting to the point of she is guilty of the crime of committing murder. And then it's going to be the defense. And we know that they're choosing reason of insanity, postpartum psychosis as their defense. So they're going to call witnesses and they're going to say that she was not of her right mind at the time of the crimes. So then you're going to have a rebuttal case by the Commonwealth, and it'll become a battle of the experts. What we're expecting, and I talk about this in my latest video that posted this morning, actually, they are going to call Patrick Clancy most likely in the defense case in chief. He's going to be their star witness as well, kind of talking about her mindset because that's what this trial is about. And then he may be called again, subject to recall, to the state's case in their rebuttal case. So we might not see a cross-examination of him today. It might just be, we're going to call him in our own case. Again, thank you everyone for being here and joining me for live trial watching. This is in the Commonwealth there, and this is such a heartbreaking and horrific case, but one that has really made headlines internationally and gripped the country because there's all of the questions about why. How can someone do this? What led up to it? And what is postpartum psychosis? And is that actually the explanation for what happened in this case? Remember, she was a delivery nurse. It is just absolutely shocking to even think not only that a mother could be capable of something like this, but also someone that is a delivery nurse. And her mother-in-law was also a healthcare provider, I believe a nurse as well, that was mentioned in court. So some of the things that we watched together, this is day 2 of testimony. Yesterday, court was dark. There is 18 jurors in the box. It took several days to get a jury for this trial. There she is breaking down. Do you think that these are real emotions that you're seeing her exhibit, or is it an act? That's something that I would ask about any defendant, any trial when they're showing emotion. So let me know what you think about this, what appears to be a breakdown at the defense table. Notice that her defense attorney was also holding her hand during a lot of the husband's testimony, and she appeared to be sobbing there too. So in your opinion, do you feel that it's real emotions by this accused killer mom? So what we have in the box is 18 jurors. That includes the 6 alternates hearing case evidence. The alternates will be chosen at random at the end of the trial, at the end of presentation of evidence before they go to deliberate. But what we have right now is 12 women and 6 men, and that's according to Christina Rex, my friend and one of the reporters there in the Commonwealth. She's a great reporter. You should follow her on Twitter, X, as we say now, for updates as well. The state was talking about the timeline, strangulation, and this is in opening statements. You can go back and watch that live video, that live stream from Monday. Patrick finds her first, calls 911, renders aid, tells them that he needs to find the kids. So that's what they're listening to right now. And he must have found them at this point because she's breaking down this reaction in the courtroom and what we're not hearing. On the phone, he discovers the children with exercise bands still around them. So that's what was described in opening statements. And at the end of the state's opening statement, they said that this is not psychosis, that this was intentional, and that's what their case evidence will prove. The defense was saying that she was suicidal at the time. Here we go. Oh, so they're heading to break. So they played the 911 call, super heavy in court right now, and they are heading to a break. Everyone is standing for the jury, showing respect. Lindsay Clancy, obviously in a wheelchair, cannot.
Jurors will exit the courtroom. The court's in session. Please be seated.
We'll be in recess at this time.
Thank you.
Court, all rise.
Clerk, recess, please exit the courtroom. Clear out the courtroom, please. Thank you.
Yeah, someone wrote in the comments that the break is probably for this defendant, and you're probably right at this point in time because they're clearing out the courtroom. She is uncontrollable, so the judge would be saying, please control your client. She has to keep her emotions in check. Even though it's tough. It's a tough case, and it's hard and horrible on everybody. And especially if you believe her defense that she was not of right mind, then she has to come to the realization of what she did afterwards, which is part of the process in hearing case evidence. So that would explain the breakdown at the table right now. I want to welcome everybody for joining me for this trial watch this morning. Just wrapping up the key testimony, the direct testimony of Patrick Clancy, the ex-husband of Lindsay Clancy, who is on trial for murder, killing her 3 kids with those exercise bands. They just wrapped up playing the 911 call. We were not able to hear it per court order, and they have just cleared out the courtroom after the breakdown of the defendant during the playing of that 911 call. Let me know in the comments what you think about all of this trial so far and trial coverage. When we're talking about the continuation of Patrick Clancy's testimony, he has since divorced Lindsay. He has publicly forgiven her. He also ran the Boston Marathon in honor of his children, raising money for Children's Hospital. And he has tried to rebuild his life. He has married, remarried, and has another child. And I spoke with John Delatorre, an expert, a doctor, and I asked him about grief and how he is able to move forward in his life and about preparing to face Lindsay Clancy in court for his testimony and what that looks like, especially because he's going to be called probably more than once, probably for the state's case, the defense case, which is the reason why he wasn't cross-examined, and maybe even for the state's rebuttal case. So please check out the video sections of this YouTube channel. And I have that fascinating discussion about the husband and how strong he is and how he was able to get through this process and what that looks like and what healing looks like and what forgiveness looks like. It's really an interesting discussion. It just dropped this morning. I just posted it this morning. So please check it out. That's the video for today. We have John Delatorre, forensic psychologist. Now, when we're talking about the Lindsay Clancy case, I mean, it's just so tragic all the way around, no matter how you look at it. And then you have the aspect of the husband. He is on the witness list. How can he, though, forgive her?
I think that's kind of up to him. Every process of accepting someone else has done a negative act towards you or your family, even if it's a loved one, I think all of it requires that you do the work to understand that accepting what they've done and moving forward with your life requires you to understand that your life hasn't ended simply because this traumatic event has occurred. And I hope it's because he's decided that he wants to do therapy and that he to better reflect the lives of the children that were taken from him, moving forward and having a full and healthy life is what they would have wanted. I think there's just this element of, yes, his life as he knew it ended, but he's still alive and he can still honor everyone that has been impacted by this tragedy by acknowledging that the tragedy doesn't stop the world from spinning.
And the children, 5 years, 3 years, and just 8 months old. The husband, within a week of the tragedy, he created a GoFundMe, and local news was reporting that he wrote this on that page. My family was the best thing that ever happened to me. I took so much pride in being Lindsay's husband and dad to Cora, Dawson, and Callan. Our marriage was wonderful and grew stronger as her condition rapidly worsened. I took so much pride in being her husband, as I did being father, and felt persistently lucky to have her in my life. I want to ask all of you that you find it deep within yourselves to forgive Lindsay as I have. The real Lindsay was generously loving and caring towards everyone, me, our kids, family, and friends, and her patients. The very fibers of her soul are loving. All I wish for her now is that she can somehow find peace. Isn't that remarkable, though, within a week?
Sure. I mean, you don't anticipate someone being able to have that level of insight, if that's what we want to call it. Because I think some people could
So if you're just joining me right now, that is part of the latest episode that just dropped on Justice with Matt Johnson. It's a fascinating discussion because, when you hear about just how horrible this case is and all the accusations of Lindsay Clancy, according to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, planning this and for quite some time, or even just the act of doing it, murdering each child. And then you think about the husband discovering all of this and whether or not, he has survivor's guilt, if he feels that he should have intervened or stepped in sooner. How does he deal with that? How come he didn't see warning signs? What does it look like to testify against his ex-wife? How was he able to move on in his own life? Within a week, you were just hearing that part of the discussion. He made a public statement where he forgave his wife for killing their 3 small children. It's just unimaginable, but it's just shocking just how he's been able to move forward in his life and what that looks like from a doctor or a psychology perspective. So really check it out. I had so many questions about this case, and that's the reason why I interviewed him. Now we're on an extended lunch break at this point in time till 2 p.m. Eastern. Right now it is noon Eastern, so they're going to get 2 hours before the next witness is called for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I'm going to jump off. Again, thank you so much for being here and a part of this channel. It has grown so much, and you guys are a part of the true crime family. It really means a lot to me that you're here and that you're supporting the channel. And the best way to do that is to please hit the subscribe. Please share some of the episodes. That helps with the algorithm. And also, please watch them. I posted a really fascinating interview about this case earlier this morning, and I'd love for you to check it out and let me know what you think. Also, when I post in the post section of the YouTube channel, please chime in there if it's about a particular case and let me know who you'd want to hear from, particular experts or questions that you have. And I'm going to post something probably today on Facebook. at Matt Johnson News, and also this YouTube channel, asking you what cases you're interested in right now and that you'd like a deeper dive, because I'm kind of planning out some of the cases over the next couple weeks. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for being here, and please take care of yourself. We'll see you next time, okay?